So I was Christmas shopping with my husband when the twins were about 1, and we'd gone up to London for a couple of nights without children, just so we could sleep, really, but also shop for Christmas gifts. And like all good Christmas shopping, I ended up buying lots for myself and nothing for anyone else.
Good work.
Including this big sheepskin coat. I mean, it was massive and it was very expensive, and I felt very bad. But really, for the sheep and for everyone I was supposed to be buying Christmas gifts for and hadn't, all those reasons. And then we went to sleep in our hotel in Kensington, racked with guilt, but looking forward to a full night's sleep without any babies waking up was going to be great. And the fire alarm went off, so that scuppered that. And I was very pleased I'd bought the sheepskin coat because I ended up on the street, -2, in knickers and a fur coat, really. And we were there for about an hour or so. I mean, it was generally, it looked like no one was getting back in this hotel. The fire alarm was there, you know, everybody there. And I made friends with this woman who I just had a connection with immediately. It was just a really bright northern woman, chatting away. And we were like, there must be more to life than standing out here in our knickers and fur coats. Where should we go? And found a sister hotel down the road that was putting on teas and coffees for all the stranded people, or those that knew about it, which wasn't many.
So it wasn't a test then, it was a real fire alarm?
It was a real fire alarm. There was a real fire, and they'd said, look, you're not going back in for another couple of hours, really. Oh. Thank goodness for the sheepskin coat.
Yeah.
But got chatting to this lady, and we went down the road to this little sister hotel, and by then I thought, well, you know what? I'm not getting this night's sleep.
I'm going to lose this coat.
I'm going to lose this coat. I'm going to dance on the table. Christmas! We were chatting. We were getting on so well. I said, look, we're up now. Why don't we get a bottle of champagne and, you know, settle in for the night in our knickers? I'll keep the coat on because I don't want anyone to get too upset. So we started having a few drinks, and then halfway through this, she went, my son's still in the hotel, you know. I said, what? What? There is a fire. You know there is an actual fire. She went, yes, I know, but I did say to him, you know, there's a fire alarm, we want to get out. He works here all the time. He said, I'm not moving, Mum. The fire alarm's always going off. I'm going nowhere. I want some sleep. I said, all right, what did your son do that he's here all the time? She said, he's a comedian. Jason Manford. So, unbeknownst, I sat having a few drinks at 2 in the morning in my knickers with Jason's mum, and we got on like a house on fire.
And you burned to death.
And you burned to death.
No, I remember that night, yeah. I was doing some gig, and basically, James Corden was supposed to do a charity gig at, like, Harrods or something like that, and 2 days before, something had happened, he couldn't do it. They were ringing round, panicking, and I'm on some list of people who were available. So I said, all right, I'll do it. Anyway, it was a gig, and Gary Barlow was there, so I thought, I'll invite you.
That James Corden turned down tonight, actually.
Never get any of his good jobs. So I did the gig, and it was with Gary Barlow, and so I invited my mum because she's a big Gary Barlow fan, and she spent the night embarrassing me because she does that. I mean, I love her to bits, but she is, you know, when she met Gary Barlow, she went, "What are you doing in August?" And he went, "I don't know." He said, "It's just that we're having a party," and she has that. She's not bothered at all. She'll ask anyone for anything. And you know, she was like, "It was a dead posh food." She's like, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh, it's some salmon mousse." She was proper like Peter Kay's dad, like, salmon, mousse, together. And then we went and stayed at the hotel, and I did used to stay there quite a lot because everything was, you know, BBC was in the West London stuff. So, and then the fire alarm would go off every Thursday night. It would go off where they go, well, it's not a real fire alarm. It's not a real fire. It's just a practice. You go, well, I'm only staying here tonight, so why am I practising? I need to know where your fire point is.
It's very worrying culturally that no one believes. It's like the police don't believe burglar alarms, do they? If you ring them and say there's a burglar alarm going off, they go, yeah, whatever, we're not coming for that.
Someone said once that what they should do is replace car alarms with a couple arguing. Because everyone looks out the window if someone's arguing.
It's true.
If someone breaks in your car, you go, fuck off!
You bastard! I told you not to see it again!
She's a slag!
What's going on here? What's going on here?
You would.
That's a very good idea.
Get on Dragon's Den with that.
Yeah.
I remember that night in that hotel. What I do remember about staying in that hotel.
We weren't together. I just want to add that Jason and I weren't in the same bed when this happened.
I was also in fur coat and knickers, but by myself. No, but I remember that it was one of those gigs where they went. It was afterwards. I was starving because all the food was this salmon mousse and bullshit. And London. And I remember ordering so much food, because there was like 2 or 3 things on the menu that I thought, oh, I quite fancy that. Oh, but I wonder if it'll be nice. No, do you know what? I'm just going to order both of them because it'll be fine. And I ordered so much food that I had to pretend there was someone else in the room with me. I was actually on the phone going, and do you want the pasta as well? So I want to have the pasta. Yeah, should I have the cheesecake? I'm thinking, oh, I've got away with it. And then only about 20 minutes later thinking, well, he's got to come up. He's got to come up to the room and he's going to see that I'm by myself. So about 5 minutes before he got there, I ran the shower and shut the bathroom door. Like I did a full...
You did this,
I went for it, yeah. And when he come in, I was like, dinner's here, like nobody in there at all. He was like he laid 2 sides of the table, poured 2 drinks. I was like, and when I finished my dinner, I just turned it round and I just...
That's taking secret eating to a whole other level, isn't it?
I've got a problem.
I've got... Midway through that story, I realised this wasn't the night that the fire was happening in the same hotel. I thought you were just doing that whilst there was a fire going on.
Yeah. Woo!
It's Jason's food order started a fire in the kitchens.
Yeah. I don't care if there's a fire.
Now, what about Iceland? Your father goes to Iceland?
Oh, my uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah, it sounds boring,
every
doesn't
Christmas?
it? Not anymore, no, to be fair.
Are we talking the shop or the country?
But no, that's what I thought. Is your uncle Peter Andre?
I do actually mean the shop.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, they do good volleyball.
So...
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
They're doing what? They sponsor I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, and I love that.
I don't know why you would think that. Oh, there's people eating a kangaroo bollock. I might get a chicken tikka lasagna.
They do a special pack. I'm a Celebrity pack that they do of kind of jungle tasters.
Kangaroo bollocks.
The Velociraptor Mini Kiev is delicious.
The reason it's a story, not just a fact, is because when we were growing up, we didn't have much. And so my uncle was, for want of a better word, a criminal. And so when I say he went to Iceland, Iceland wasn't open when he went to Iceland. He invented 24-hour shopping before it was invented. And so one year, my parents shouted us in and I think I was about 11. No, I think it was about the same year, maybe 9 or 10. My brothers were 2 years, they're 2 years younger. And my dad said, come in here, please. And I knew it was serious because he never says please. And so we went into the kitchen and we stood up in front of him and he said, look, this year, I'm really sorry, but this year we've got no presents. There's no money and we've got no presents. And we'll put decorations up and we'll do everything else. But the bit you like, we won't be doing. And...
So we're going to trash Iceland.
You get a reenactor eat.
Yeah. So my brothers were like, they were in tears straight away. And I remember going, do you know what, don't worry about it. And I was like 9. I go, do you know what, I get it, it's totally fine, it's all going to be OK. And my parents, I remember them looking at me like, wow, what a kid, like, amazing. He gets it, he understands the economic situation that we're in. And I just went, Santa gets a lot of our presents anyway, so... That myth backfired. Not a myth, real.
Yes.
So a couple of days later, my uncle turned up at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like stones at my bedroom window. And I went downstairs, and he said, quick, open the door, open the door. And I opened the door, and he had about... like 20 bags.
He bagged it?
He went for it.
He bagged it.
What else did he do? He's got all the time in the world. There's nobody...
I'm just imagining at the checkout, just popping them in. It's 5p a bag now, no?
He's not going, oh, get them, they're 3 for 2. Like, he's not taking that concentration. But you got to put... I don't think they were in Iceland bags, to be fair. But they were in bags, and he had loads of them. And that year, we ate, like... I wouldn't say kings, because it was Iceland, but certainly better than we thought we were, so it was...
Have you paid them back yet?
So, well, he went to jail, so, I mean, technically... the crime that has been paid off. I mean, I don't think I...
You're finishing your key, I'm going, see you later, Uncle. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. But he works for the police now. He's flipped round and now he works for the police to stop people robbing Iceland. No, he works with like people who abuse drugs and, you know, and tries to rehabilitate them. So he's gone full circle.